More Lucid Motor catalysts to keep an eye on. Lucid Motors has enjoyed a more calm October following a chaotic September that was defined by catalysts. Broadly speaking, everything has been going smoothly, and new developments have been overwhelmingly positive. The stock of LCID saw some dips during the first week of the October month, but it has since risen consistently, suggesting that the firm may have long-term viability in the market. In order to develop brand image, Lucid's marketing strategy relies on allowing its vehicles to do the talking. Throughout today's video, we'll talk about some of the events that could potentially serve as a catalyst for the establishment of the LCID in the future. Keep an eye out till the conclusion to ensure you don't miss anything. Welcome back to NewVehicleMedia, your go-to channel for EV stock. Quick reminder, subscribing is free. Linking the video helps YouTube suggest similar videos. Comments are loved and featured in upcoming videos. The Lucid Air Dream Edition car is already in mass production at the company's Arizona plants. The company has indicated that deliveries will begin sometime in late October, leading us to believe that we will be seeing the car on the road by now. This comes as a huge comfort to investors who have been concerned about the company's ability to produce vehicles in the second half of 2021. Investors may be wondering what comes next now that the luxury manufacturer has received the highest possible range in horsepower standards from the Environmental Protection Agency and has begun manufacturing automobiles. Lucid investors should keep an eye out for following catalysts and other factors as the firm strives to produce and supply their Air models. Lucid Air's booking rose from 9,000 in May to 13,000 in late September, according to the company. However, a fresh and interesting development occurred in October, with the announcement of further plans for the Project Gravity, a crossover luxury SUV with 4 doors. So far, the business is providing 2 models, both of which have all-wheel drive, a characteristic that will likely appeal to consumers with youngsters, because of the way it handles. Lucid hopes that good word-of-mouth evaluations will help to drive up demand once the company begins delivering cars. The reservation number provided by the business applies to all 4 compact delivering cars. The reservation number provided by the business applies to all 4 compact sedans of the Lucid Air. However, bear in mind that the company has not yet begun manufacturing of the lower-priced trims. Therefore, investors should pay special attention to whether the auto manufacturer can not only increase its bookings, but also provide more detailed reservation figures to the public. The success of the business next year is dependent on producing the lower-end trims, since it is doubtful that it will sell 20,000 of the most expensive Dream Editions on its own. It needs the backing of the affordable cars. Lucid's production plant is equipped to build both the Air models and the Gravity SUV. It is anticipated that Lucid will begin production of the Gravity in late 2023. With an expansion of 2.7 million square feet planned by 2023, the electric car manufacturer hopes to increase its annual manufacturing capacity to 53,000 cars. Other than that, Lucid has most recently announced that its first Canadian shop has opened on October 16th in Vancouver, British Columbia. We've also created a detailed video on this topic, which you can see through the first link below the like button. This is the first time that the business has publicly announced pricing for the Air here in Canada, with a starting price of 105,000 Canadian dollars. Buyers from throughout Canada can now place reservations for Lucid Air vehicles on the company's website. This kind of international reach has the potential to produce great results, especially given the increasing demand for electric vehicles in Canada, and the fact that the marketplace appears to have very few models available than in the United States. The business has been on the verge of delivering vehicles for some time now. Lucid's service is completely untested for now. If the corporation does not have an established service network to resolve issues caused by buggy software or failing components, if there are any, it might be a catastrophe for the company. Lucid spent a significant amount of time in pre-production, fine-tuning their vehicle in the hopes that it would not encounter any major issue. However, considering the vehicle's hefty price tag, buyers are going to demand top-tier servicing if there are any problems with it. It is possible that positive customer reactions to the firm's showrooms and efficient service centers suggest that the corporation is excelling in parts of its business, more than simply automobile manufacturing. Lucid said that in mid-October, it will be delisting all public warrants from its database. As Will Ashworth pointed out when the announcement was made in September, it was equivalent to the business issuing a get-out-of-jail-free pass. It's obvious that Lucid's venture has paid off, at least in the near term, based on how much the LCID stock has grown since then. As Lucid's manufacturing operations expand and its presence in foreign markets grows, the infusion of capital is timely for the business. Cash burn is the last point of interest for investors in terms of the company's financial performance. The American manufacturer hopes to be able to maintain its current financial fundings until at least 2022. The cost of producing more vehicles is increasing, and Lucid will almost certainly need to seek more capital to finance operations in 2023 and beyond, assuming that it is unlikely to achieve positive operating cash flow this fiscal year. Based on their current delivery rate of 20,000 cars per year by 2022, Lucid will have no trouble acquiring financing for future initiatives. In the case of a growing business like Lucid, the ability to show good production and delivery numbers even while the firm is losing money would enable the company to borrow money at a favorable interest rate or issue additional shares at a favorable price. The conclusion. As a result of the events of September and October, which demonstrated to investors what the corporation has been up to, it's logical to assume that Lucid investors are breathing a sigh of relief now that the firm is manufacturing automobiles. Although the premium EV makers has a market value of more than $40 billion, the company will have to do much more to not only live up to its present valuation, but also show that the company is worthy of further growth in the coming years. Understanding what to look out for in the upcoming year should assist investors in ensuring that Lucid investment rationale is sustained. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. Do you believe that Lucid will be able to provide excellent after-sales services, which may make or break a company's reputation? Aside from this, do you believe that the LCID is presently under or overvalued? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. If we're talking about Lucid catalysts, one of the prior catalysts for Lucid was its range. Quad, on the other hand, believes that unless you're traveling halfway across Europe, you don't need a lot of range from an EV like the EQS. Lucid, on the other hand, will flourish on any continent, even the Gulf countries. While this may be true to a certain extent, Europe is constantly expanding its charging infrastructure, and the public will not experience range anxiety to the same extent as the public in the Gulf countries, which are relatively new to the EV market and have not yet developed a well-established approach to it. That should wrap things up for today. Keep in mind that subscription is still free, and liking helps YouTube recognize your preferences. Thanks for taking the time to watch.